Today we're covering how to master factoring quadratics for the AFOQT Mathematics Knowledge Subtest. This skill is critical because it appears in 5 of the 6 major AFOQT composite scores, including the Pilot, CSO, and Academic Aptitude composites. Let's start with the fastest patterns you must recognize. The first is the difference of squares, which follows the formula a squared minus b squared equals a plus b times a minus b. On the exam, you might see something like x squared minus 64. You must immediately recognize that x is a and 8 is b, so it factors to x plus 8 times x minus 8. A common trap is seeing a sum of squares, like x squared plus 64, which is not factorable over real numbers. The AFOQT will also test this with coefficients. For example, 9x squared minus 25. Here, a is the square root of 9x squared, which is 3x, and b is the square root of 25, which is 5. So the factored form is 3x plus 5, 3x minus 5. Recognizing this pattern saves you precious seconds over trying other methods. The second key pattern is the perfect square trinomial, which has 2 forms. A squared plus 2ab plus b squared equals a plus b squared, and a squared minus 2ab plus b squared equals a minus b squared. For example, if you see x squared plus 12x plus 36, check if it fits the pattern. The square root of the first term, x squared, is x. The square root of the last term, 36, is 6. If you multiply them and double it, 2 times x times 6, you get 12x, which is the middle term. Therefore, it factors quickly into x plus 6 squared. The exam tests this to reward test takers who can spot shortcuts and manage their time effectively. Now for more complex trinomials in the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is not 1, the AC method is your go-to strategy. Let's factor 6x squared plus 7x minus 5. First, identify a equals 6, b equals 7, and c equals negative 5. The first step is to multiply a and c, which is 6 times negative 5, giving you negative 30. Next, find 2 numbers that multiply to negative 30 and add up to b, which is 7. After listing factors of 30, you'll find that 10 and negative 3 work, because 10 times negative 3 is negative 30, and 10 plus negative 3 is 7. Now you rewrite the middle term using these 2 numbers, so the expression becomes 6x squared plus 10x minus 3x minus 5. The final step is to factor by grouping. Group the first 2 terms and the last 2 terms, 6x squared plus 10x and negative 3x minus 5. Factor out the greatest common factor from each group. From the first group, pull out 2x to get 2x 3x plus 5. From the second group, pull out negative 1 to get negative 1 3x plus 5. Since both parts share the binomial 3x plus 5, you can factor that out, leaving you with the final answer, 2x minus 1, 3x plus 5. The most common trap on the exam is making sign errors, especially when dealing with negative numbers in the AC method. Always double-check your multiplication and addition. Another trap is not factoring out a greatest common factor from all terms at the very beginning, which can make the problem much harder than it needs to be. Here's a mnemonic to remember the AC method. Multiply, add, replace, group. Multiply a and c, find factors that add to b, replace the middle term, and factor by grouping. This mental shortcut streamlines the process under pressure. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.